たとえどんな苦難があろうとも付き従います。
それはずっと誰かに言ってもらいたかった言葉。
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Fox back in the house, and today, oh, this review pains me. Well, actually, you know, it's true. This review pains me. I'm doing my review for Rising of the Shield Hero episode 4, and I gotta say, this show right here, it is amazing. I can't think of a show that I have watched in recent years that have made me feel so angry and happy and just a mix of emotions all at the same time. This week's episode, I'm not gonna stunt, at the beginning of this episode, before I even saw it, because I saw the preview earlier today, I was upset. I was hot. The preview looked like a whole bunch of BS was about to go down in the episode. Not that the episode would be trash, but I just knew that they were going to F with my boy Naofumi, in which they did. So, jumping straight into it, we kick off. We're back at the kingdom, you know, at the king's castle and all that. You know, they're celebrating. You know, woohoo! The wave has been defeated. Thank you, heroes. Well, let's say thank you. Majority of the heroes, like, you know, the shield, bow, and not the shield, the spear, bow, and sword. Thank you, shield hero, whatever. So everyone's enjoying themselves besides Naofumi. You know, Rphtalia is like, you know, hey, do you want to eat with me and all that? And Naofumi, he's not having it. He's like, no, I don't want to be. He states, he's like, if it wasn't for the reward, I wouldn't even be here. Which, let's get into that. He didn't even get a reward. At the end of the episode, after all the crap they put him through this episode, he didn't even get a reward. Yeah, retarded. So, you know, they're at the party. You know, Rphtalia is feeding Naofumi. Cute moment, and then we see. I hate this woman so much. I don't think I've hated a character this much since Iron Blooded Orphans Season 2, Eok. And I hated him for different reasons, but this woman is so freaking vindictive and oh, she's such. I can't. If it wasn't for YouTube, I would say a whole slew of words that probably wouldn't be liked, but I don't care. And I think the writer did it on purpose, and I gotta applaud them. Because I hate this character. I hate her. I really and truly hate her. So. Now, Fumi's, you know, like I said, they're out there. He's up in the corner chilling with Rphtalia. That's when Mind pops in her head. She's gonna go talk to the spirit hero, who's got to be the biggest idiot in the whole freaking show. Cause oh my goodness, she manipulates him just so easily. It's like, I'm pretty sure if she put strings on him and moved him herself, he wouldn't even be able to pick up on it. He's so damn dense. So. She goes over to Spirit Hero. She's like, and she pretty much says, "Hey, we don't see her words and like that." But she says, "Hey, you know, the Shield Hero, the person that's with him, that's a slave. You know, it's a slave girl." And he tries, and bless the little boy heart, bless his little heart. He tried to do the right thing. I will give him that. He tries to be a hero, but he's just so he doesn't know anything about Naofumi. He got his head so far up his tail, and you know, Mind is being very vindictive and manipulative, and you know, just stringing everything that makes her look good and all that. And it's so annoying. I really want her to die. I wanted to make a video on her just dying, but I'm not, because I'm not going to give her that satisfaction. But so that's when Spirit Hero walks over to Naofumi, once again not doing nothing, minding his business. He's looking off into the window, and he throws down his glove. Now, if you know what that means, throwing your glove down to someone, that means you challenge them to a duel. You putting your honor on line. And my first instinct was like, why are you throwing the gauntlet down? Because that right there says you want to fight. And I'm like, what you do? I'm like, what you want with my boy? My boy ain't done nothing. He chilling. He ain't said a word to you. He ain't said a word to none of the people. I'm trying to get my money, and I'm trying to, you know, get on up out here and skedaddle. You feel me? But that's when Spear Hero brings up, like, hey, look, man, I hear that girl's a slave. And he's like, yeah, what of it? What about it? He's like, slaves are legal in this country. And he's like, we're heroes. We shouldn't do that. And they're trying to be all high and mighty, you know, and self-righteous and all this crap, which is understandable. You know, normally heroes do not take slaves. They free slaves. But in this case, the shield hero has been not victimized, has been antagonized so much to the point where he can't even, I'm pretty sure he don't trust nobody, which I don't blame him. I wouldn't trust anybody, anything that can talk and have intelligent speech in this world. I wouldn't trust it. Luckily, Rphtalia has just been a sweetheart. The light in the dark cave that is this world for Naofumi. Thank you for her. Her character just makes me happy so much. I've never been so happy to see a character on screen before. It just makes my heart feel lighter. But anywho, pretty much is Spirit Hero challenges Naofumi. I can't remember Spirit Hero's name because I really don't want to, because I don't like him, because he's just so damn gullible. Whatever. So he challenges him, and then Naofumi's like, he's pretty much like, what do I get out of this? And Spirit Hero's like, look, if I win, you let her go. If you win, you know, we'll leave things as it is. And Naofumi's like, no, that's just stupid. I'm like, why would I risk that? That's dumb. Like, no. So he tries to leave. Then the king looks over, sees the squabble. He looks over at mine. Now, if you didn't know, I knew because I heard about it from spoilers and stuff. But mine is the princess of the kingdom, and the king is her father. So he looks over at his daughter, and she gives him the look like, hey, like, you know, chime in, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And he's like, I order you to fight the Spirit Hero. Then he starts ridiculing Naofumi is more, and he's like, it's a disgrace. I didn't think you could sink any lower, taking a slave and all that. And meanwhile, Rphtalia is trying to chime in like, hey, no, I'm fine. We're good. I'm doing this out of my own free will. And this is one of the scenes that pissed me off the most. So as she's trying to explain the situation, like, hey, hold up, wait a minute, let me talk to you, wait a minute, hold up, dog, you jumping the gun here. They decide to grab her up and put a gag in her mouth. And they're like, don't worry, sweetie, we'll save you from the big bad shield hero. You have obviously been brainwashed. And I'm like, I keep this so I can hit something. I want to hit the camera. Well, no, that'd be stupid. Ruined my whole operation here. But I'm like somebody kill them all. Just do it. It'll make me happy. But that's when Naofumi's like, oh my goodness. And he's like, you know what? He's like, fine. He's like, well, when I win, you better let Rphtalia go, because as we know, he can't fight. He can't pick up another weapon. The only thing he can do is defend. He got, like I said, perfect defense, zero offense. So the duel commences, and this is when we find out more about the inner workings of the kingdom. So you have the king, and you also have the pope. Not this pope, but that pope. I know, confusing. But the pope doesn't say anything though. He's pretty much just there. He's like, oh, I'm overseeing this fight, and the king, he's on one end of the arena, the king's on the other end, and all that. So the duel commences. Now, I was surprised by it, but I kind of wasn't, because I kind of knew Naofumi was, you know, starting to get a grip on combat and all that. So the duel commences. Naofumi is, you know, he's holding his own. You know, he told the Spirit Hero, like, you pretty much lost because I'm an immovable. He's like, I'm an immovable object, and it's pretty much like it's a contradiction. Like, you have an unstoppable force and an immovable object. You know, when they meet, you know, they cancel each other out because one can't really exist with the other. You know, so, but you know, as the duel goes forward, you know, Naofumi is actually holding his own. He actually starts to put damage on him because he's using his skills in ways that most people probably wouldn't use. Like his airstrike shield, you know, it can be projected outward. So he projects it, but he makes it where the tip of it flies out and it hits the Spirit Hero, and it's actually starting to do damage. Now this is when that red-headed monster, she-witch, decides, oh, he's losing. I'm going to cheat in front of everybody. And so she uses some wind magic and she knocks Naofumi. That's when the Spear Hero has enough time to whip out, I guess, one of his ultimate moves, and he uses, it's called Lightning Spear. He strikes Naofumi and he goes down. He loses. Obviously, you know, and the king's like, ha! Huzzah! The Spear Hero has prevailed. And everyone's like, yes, I knew the Spear Hero wouldn't lose to such a wretched Shield Hero. Why do we even need him? He should just disappear. And I'm like, it's making me upset. One, in episode 1, y'all clearly stated that the waves cannot be defeated ultimately unless you have all 4 heroes there. So, getting rid of him is dumb if you want to live. That's 1. 2, the hypocrisy, well, not even hypocrisy, the fakeness that is in this nation is uncanny. Like I have ever seen. So uncanny that it's ridiculous. So, not only did mine cheat in front of everybody, 1, the king saw it, and I'm pretty sure everyone in the crowd saw it too. But you know what they do? They shut up. Like, what? They played dumb. I didn't see anything. I'm like, you lying sack of potatoes. All y'all saw that. The sword and the bow hero, they saw it too, and they thought it was a little fishy, but I'll get into that a little bit later. So afterwards, you know, the king's like, you win, they're going to take Rphtalia away, and all that. They start planning on us. Now this is where something interesting happens. Now Fumi starts this, I guess it's like a delusion, because my man is so jaded and just so untrustworthy of anybody that I think at some point he made up his own illusions about people. They're not wrong technically, but you know, it's still an illusion of them. So when they bring Rphtalia downstairs to the, you know, to the battlefield and all that, now this confused me, and I'm pretty sure it confused others. So when he sees Rphtalia, he sees her in her child form, like when he first bought her, and I'm like, what? I'm like, did she change back into a kid or something? And then we start to see them try to undo the, you know, the seal that is on her chest. Now, like I said, I was confused by this, because later on, because that didn't happen. Like, they didn't break, well, I don't think they broke the curse that's on her chest. Either way it goes, it doesn't really matter, because she's not going to leave his side. But afterwards, you know, now Fumi, he's on the ground, he's in tears, and he's having a breakdown. He's like, and he states, he's like, I want to see this country I want to see this country and everyone in it just disappear. Because he's like, no matter what I do, I try to help y'all. Y'all don't want it. Y'all find every and any way to frame me for something. You keep on antagonizing me. And it's like, I didn't want to be here. He's like, I tried to go home, but you said I can't go. And he should, you know, he's like, I don't know what to do, because at this point he thinks he has lost Rphtalia, his sword, and he's like, I can't do anything. I can't fight. I'm done. He's like, I'm just done. And now, mind you, side note, when the battle for Naofumi and the Spear Hero begins, I didn't notice this at first, but I went back and watched the episode a little bit. Literally, the Spear Hero is double the level that is Naofumi. Now, if you play RPGs, you know that right there, pretty much like, you're gonna wreck through anything that's if you're 20 levels higher than something, you're gonna wreck through it like that. Luckily for Naofumi, that shield is ridiculously strong with steel, and even then, it's just, you put a sword against a spear. The spear was designed to go against the shield, and I said sword, but you know what I mean. You put a spear against a shield. Spears were made to go against shields. It's literally like putting fire and water up against each other. It's like, what the water is going to cancel out the fire almost instantly. This is a stupid matchup and highly unfair. So, but with that out the way. So now this is like my favorite part of the entire episode right here. So after they finally take the gag off of Rphtalia, she speaks up. She's like, hold up, wait a minute. And you know, the Spear Hero's trying to act all high and mighty, like, Rphtalia, you're free. And she's like, She's like, did I ask you for help? She's like, everything is perfectly fine. She's like, yes, she's like, I am his slave, but he doesn't do anything that I don't want to do. She's like, the only time he ever invoked the curse was when I couldn't fight. Now, I'll give this to the spirit hero. He's like, you shouldn't force anyone to fight. But she also goes on, she's like, well, since you're so big on, like, you know, there shouldn't be slaves and everything, and you should help them out and all that instead of purchasing them, she's like, why don't you have any? Huh? Why don't I see any slaves in your party? Huh? And this ruffles his feather. He's like, huh, wait, I don't. Because you know why you don't? Because that, oh my goodness, that hateful woman that is in your party, and I'm pretty sure the rest of your party. Because don't forget, in episode 2, when Naofumi first got Rphtalia, when they went and go eat, there are signs that say no demi-humans allowed. So that lets me know off the meat rack that there is segregation in this country for demi-humans. The normal people in this country do not like demi-humans. They don't care about slavery. The only reason they cared about slavery now is because it's the shield hero, and they'll do any and everything to put him down. And it's crazy at how much they go after him. Like my dude, like I said, was just chilling on his own, not doing a thing. But they really just went after him. And now I'm thinking that that something happened with mine and her father, maybe before they became before he became king or something. I don't know, honestly, and I really don't care. It's just, this is not cool. But Rphtalia pretty much, she lays it out. She's preaching at this point. I'm in the reaction like, preach. And she's like, I was like, she's like, why don't you have any people like me in your party? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, of course you don't know, you idiot. You're being played. And besides, everyone else in your party wouldn't have it anyway. Because mine is being like completely like racist. She's like, how dare a lowly demi-human talk to him that way? And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Weren't y'all just saying that they shouldn't be slaves and all that? Now, I know there's a weird correlation, but I'm just saying, you're saying one thing like, you shouldn't have any slaves, you should help them. But one, you're being completely racist. Like, it's blatantly obvious. I still don't see how the spirit heroes, like I said, he's an idiot. And then on top of that, you said there shouldn't be slavery, but you're being racist. But yet slavery of demi-humans is completely legal. Do you not see the contradictions here? It's mind-boggling at the sheer hypocrisy that is going on in this country. So while that's going on, that's when the sword and the bow hero make their way down. And they're like, hey, would you mind explaining why you use wind magic to cheat? And she tries to play dumb. She's like, what? What are you talking about? And it's like, no, it's clearly obvious that you cheated. And she's like, none of the people said anything. And they're like, because your father, the king, told them to shut the hell up. That's why. Of course they ain't gonna say nothing. What? So, now at this point, now I'm gonna go forward with this. I still do not like any of the other heroes. I especially hate the spear hero, and I hate mine. I hate them the most. Actually, I hate the king. I hate them three the most. They need to die painful deaths. Now, the bow and the sword hero, I still dislike them, but they did show some redeeming qualities by coming down there and pointing out the fact that the spear hero lost because mine cheated. And they pointed out the hypocrisy of, the king making everyone shut up about what they saw, because everyone clearly saw it. So, I appreciate that from them. I hope they do show more redeeming qualities like that, and that I come to like them more before the series is, before either the anime is over or when I decide to pick up the manga for it. So I look forward to that. I still dislike them, but they redeemed themselves a little bit in my eyes today. So good for you. So, well, after all that goes down, Rphtalia starts making her way to Naofumi. Now, Naofumi is so he's in pain, but not like partly physical, but he's so distraught at this moment that he doesn't trust anyone. And Rphtalia walks up to him and he tells her to stay away from him. And she's like, what can I do to prove that I am on your side? And this almost really, like, I'm for real deal, almost brought tears to my eyes, because this man is broken. Like, he is like rock bottom right now. He don't know what to do. And you know, Rphtalia, like I said, is that light in the dark cave for him, and she proves it, like, once and for all this time around. And you know, because he's like, stay away from me, like, aren't you happy you're free from me? And she states, and she's like, I did hear the rumors about, you know, what you did, you know, forcing yourself onto him. She's like, but I don't believe that. She's like, I know how you are. Like, if you were really like that, you would never have treated me with the respect that you did. And she told it to them too. She's like, Naofumi took care of me. When I was sick, he gave me good medicine. When I was hungry, he gave me whatever I wanted to eat. He didn't make me do anything that I could not do. When I was tired, he let me rest. When I was hurt, he bandaged me up. And he's like, and I'm like, that's right, tell him. Cause it was, I was so upset for Naofumi that I was almost in tears. So I'm like, this is ridiculous. And that's why I'm like, I applaud the writer on this show. Cause I mean, on this series, cause I haven't felt this way about a TV and an anime in a long time. I really can't think of one that made me this critical about the characters and what they're going through. Except for like Mass Effect 2 when I first bought it, and that's a video game. But so I know this video is long, but I really got to get this out right now. So Rphtalia eventually manages to calm him down, and prior to all this, while he was freaking out, he unlocks a new skill. It's called Curse. Now, I knew it was going to happen. If you watch the opening, you see it. You see like remnants of it in the opening, because like actually it's toward the end. Like you see Naofumi, like his eyes glow red and the shield starts showing like all. It looks like the his skill tree a little bit or something, but it has something to do with his rage. And I can see that like he's gonna have problems with his anger, which is completely understandable in this series. All the crap they pull in here is ridiculous. And now after, you know, Rphtalia manages to pull Naofumi back, you know, everyone has left. And it pisses me off that the king and mine still have just no... They have no human decency here. They don't care. They don't feel not an ounce of guilt for what they did, even after being found out completely. And the same can be said for the people that were in the crowd. They just all left like, oh shit, like, oh, we got found out, whatever. Bye. We gonna find some way, another way to piss you off. And I'm just like, why are y'all? And I'm like, the main thing I'm curious about is like, why do they hate on the shield hero so much? Like, what have the past shield heroes done to warrant any other new shield hero to get this much hatred, especially from the king and his daughter? Mine, I think she would do this to anyone and everyone. She's a, like I said, she's a vindictive little. YouTube, I hate you right now. Well, whatever. So, I mean, and that's, I mean, after Rphtalia calms Naofumi down, which was the sweetest moment in the entire show for me. You know, you know, he falls asleep on her lap, because she pretty much tells him, like she did in episode 2 or 3, I can't remember, that I am your sword, and even if everybody goes against you, I will tell them that they are wrong. She's like, I will never leave your side. I am here for you. And like I said, I almost cried. I actually kind of wanted to, but you know, I'm man out here. We don't cry. No, I'm playing. If you need to cry, cry. And then he falls asleep on her lap, and he wakes up in the morning, and Rphtalia just has leftover food from the you know, from the party, and he eats it. Now, if you pay attention to the show, you notice that whenever he eats anything, he doesn't taste anything. It doesn't taste good. I don't taste anything. But this time, he is actually able to taste it. Now, what that means is that he now has a little bit of hope in his heart. He's still jaded, and he's probably going to be jaded, if not throughout the rest of the series, but throughout most of the series until another series of events happens that makes him open up to more people. So this, with him being able to taste food now, it's the story pretty much letting us know that he has a little bit of hope now. He's not as jaded as he once was, you know. So things are progressing for him very, very slowly, and I appreciate it. But like, it's just, the show is really, really well written that it makes me feel like this much emotion. Now, some of you might not feel that way. That's fine. That's all in your opinion. You're entitled to that. But you know, coming from me, I haven't experienced anything like that. Well, I've experienced like being, you know, trying to be framed for something, but you know, I'm not the one. You don't want to do that with me. I'll go to war with you real quick. But you know, it's just I'm really enjoying this series. I am so glad that I picked it up. Because I remember before it dropped, you know, everyone was hyping it up, and I was like, I hope it lives up to the hype. And I gotta say, I am thoroughly enjoying, and this will be definitely one of the next series that I purchase for my light novel and manga collections. So I can't wait for episode 5 next week. Do the stuff that I normally tell you to do, and you know, with all that being said, it's your boy Fox.